We have quite a few questions. I think I'll invite Mr. Sunil Gupta here to please pick up the questions of the audience and address it to the relevant people. So, Mr. Sunil Gupta, please.
I said, thank you very much, everyone. It was really nice listening to the details of the preparedness as well as what all Goa has to offer. And listening to Mr. Khanna that 72% of the population is below 32 in our country, I think Goa is already ready. The youngsters have no other desire but to be in Goa. So Goa already has a huge ready potential market and etc. But having said that, to share some of the statistics, as Kevin mentioned, to begin with, 80 to 85% travelers to the Goa is domestic. I think last year numbers were also mentioned by Mr. Nilesh, but more than 8 millions, and they were coming into the Goa. But when you look at, while the number traveler mix is 85 to 15% or 80 to 20%, but if you look at the revenue generated by these travelers, which is approximately 60-40, India domestic tourism generates 60% of the total revenue versus 19% or 15% of the foreign produced 40% of the total earnings. Goa's total earnings on account of tourism alone stand to about 2,000 crores plus. Somebody did mention it offers 40,000 jobs. It creates and all I'm trying to draw attention is to the point, tourism is a big, huge economic consideration for the state of Goa. And I think a very large number of dependents is there. So while pandemic has definitely impacted the entire world, the issue is how do you bring it back? One of the favorite questions that's also been asked by one of the audience is there a possibility of restarting, or what is holding us back from restarting the charter flights back into Goa? If Mr. Venkatesh or Mr. Gavin can throw light on it.
Thank you. It's a very important question. In fact, last year we had received close to 800 plus charters, and it has been a mainstay of Goa's tourism for the last 3 decades. However, we did not speak on this particular aspect because we were focusing on the domestic tourism. But it will be like a test kit. If we can successfully host domestic tourists, that will set the precedent right. Because as you know that India was one of the last countries to be affected by the COVID, and our traditional markets of charters, which is Western Europe, Scandinavia, etc., this were relatively hit at an earlier stage. So I think it will be only right that we set the house first by testing and accepting bookings by the domestic sector. And this will build investor sentiment. WHO will also issue necessary guidelines. UNWTO will also issue necessary guidelines. And whatever advisories are there, we will be most happy because what is Goa otherwise without international charter tourists? So we have got all doors open. We will most likely want to welcome them. In fact, we also have got a very strong cruise segment, sir. We have received close to 40 international cruise centers coming in at our Mormugao Port Trust. And we also was one of the first states which introduced the domestic cruise liner Angria, which was operating from Mumbai to Goa, and it used to bring in roughly about 300 odd passengers. So there were a lot of new interesting aspects going on. And we were very excited because like Mr. Zutshi had earlier said that all modes of transport to Goa is very convenient. And like rightfully said, Goa is very accessible. In fact, one of the best drives from Mumbai to Goa or Maharashtra to Goa or from Karnataka to Goa is very tempting because the road infrastructure is very good. So similarly, all the segments are very open. And answering your question, we are most welcome, but we do not want to get ahead of ourselves, and we will take it one step at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I add to that? Nilesh?
Yeah, please.
Can I add to that? Just for information, the bookings are already been started by tour operators in UK and Russia. And initially, 1 month back, the positivity was quite good for Goa, being which we had 0 cases in Goa. And I'm sure when the charter season starts in October, November, definitely the charter movement will be there in Goa. And we'll have foreign tourists in Goa. in big way if we are able to take care of in next 1 or 2 months with the domestic tours.
Fantastic. Thank you. One of the questions I think which came up during Mr. Khanna's speech was that Goa tourism is doing a lot of activities and I think it's promoting in a big way. What are you doing in specific to connect with the domestic tour operators pan-India so that they can become your ambassadors throughout this nation and then help bring about the required inflow of the domestic tourists back into Goa? Mr. Gavin?
Thank you. In fact, this is a very important question. Like I said earlier on during my sharing thoughts, we used to predominantly meet most of our tourists through travel agents or through B2C. So that is why events like SATE and other TTF events were very important for Goa tourism. And the psyche of an Indian tourist or in the subcontinent is to have trust and to have meetings in person. So traditionally during this domestic events, there were B2B days and there were B2C days. So during the B2B events, we used to connect traditionally to all the tours and travel agent operators. And through the B2C events, we used to convince individual FITs to come to Goa and to get value for their vacation. However, post-COVID, all this situation has changed. That is why we have put a lot of emphasis on sending the message that is of confidence, of value, and of safety to the end user directly. So in effect, the travel agents are beginning to get cut off, but we are also sending messages to them through separate promotional campaigns. So if you see our Facebook page, or if you see our YouTube page, or if you see our Instagram page, there is some movement. Every 3 days we put up a YouTube video. Every second day we put up a new picture on Instagram. Our Facebook has always been having a lot of competitive post or informative post. So all these things are having a knock-on effect on our potential customers. And I'm sure once restrictions are lifted, they will be coming to Goa. Thank you.
Thank you. One of the questions from the audience is that any support from the government or tourists to support the hotel industry in terms of cost evolving, redesigning the process for the safety of staff and the guests. I think somewhere it was mentioned that the Deputy Chief Minister is heading the tourism task force, which is doing it. Is it part of the consideration?
So our Deputy Chief Minister and also the Tourism Minister is heading the state level marketing promotion committee, and are working very closely with TTAG, Shack operators and other associations in Goa in this very sensitive topic. So it is not possible also to take and give doles all the time. As you know, the economic condition on all fronts, be it government or private sector, everybody has been affected. In fact, the GST collection of the state government has dropped close to 80%. Which is quite concerning, saying that we are taking all thoughts and opinions. In fact, our consultants, KPMG, are in regular touch with the ground level on the impact and effect that is happening. We are listening to all thoughts, and we will soon come out with a white paper on this.
Thank you. Maybe somebody from the next question from the TTAG can answer this. How is the government, or is there a plan or to refund? Apparently it seems a lot of marriages and halls were booked for mice, etc., etc. But what somebody is looking at is that is there a worked out plan to refund these possible? Because what hotels are saying to adjust it in future dates, and they feel that such large numbers may not happen. Maybe Mr. Jack, would you like to answer this? Jack Sukhija.
Yeah, this is the first time when this question is coming before us about issues of refunds. I think it is something that is to be dealt directly between by the hotel with the party and the hotel. If it is a trend which is there largely and there are specific cases, it can be taken up at an industry level. But I think when you, it is a direct, it is a party-to-party transaction. It's very difficult for the hotel, for an association to come in on this unless there are a large number of cases and things like that. till now we have not been informed of anything of that.
What you're saying is it's not generally a trend. It seems to be one of the cases which can be directly dealt by the two parties in between. One of the questions somebody had asked was the tourism policy of Goa for coming season 2021 in respect of all tourism components, hotels, transport, sightseeing, routes, etc. I think this question has already been answered very much in detail. Mr. Nilesh spoke about it, Mr. Gavin spoke about it, and the tourism policy seems to be taking care of it, unless Mr. Gavin or Mr. Nilesh would like to add something to it.
No, I think all the protocols are like, if you look into the hotel part of it, the government has come with that they have to ask for register them and ask are they following all the protocols which are required by the as per the Government of India guidelines. So they are collecting data, and there are around 200 hotels who have shown the keenness in opening. So all these hotels which are keen, they are all going to follow the protocols which are required by the department. So I think we are well prepared to address any incoming tourists into Goa in all ways.
There is one question which comes in which says, what are the detailed steps being taken to ensure our future and sustainability in the hotel industry? This is probably the last question, then we can close the seminar. Would you be able to answer on future and sustainability in the hotel industry? I think this refers to more of economic situation in the tourism industry. Mr. Nilesh, would you?
In fact, as you all aware, we have been asking a lot of relief from the government on monetary side. So, which we are not able to get it from either from state government or from the central government. The most what we have got is special loans at enhancement of limit or loans at lower rate of interest. So it is going to be a big challenge for industry. And as Gavin just mentioned, they are collecting data, and I'm sure we'll get, and we have been constantly touch with the government. And local CM has assured that something will come for across all industry in days to come. So we are hoping our best to that some relief will come for industry. It may be on the power front, it may be on the license front. Though I should mention that the government had formed the economic assessment committee for the sake of for all segments put together. And in tourism, we had suggested on ease of doing business, which they have accepted it. Like we'll have a 5-year licensing. There will be registration for small hotels being made easier. So all those things which are on the ease of doing business will be implemented by government. As far as our monetary gain is concerned, we have to wait and watch what is the best they can offer in days to come, because it's going to be very, very challenging to all segments. And it is going to take some time for everybody to get back to normal.
Mr. Gavin, you mentioned something about Goa Miles. Can you sort of elaborate on that?
Yes, in fact, just going a little bit back in history, we had introduced, in fact, India's first women taxis on radio call, and that was very successful. However, we could not grow on that success, but nevertheless, there were consistent issues with regards to transport to the tourists or even to the locals, especially after sunset. And unfortunately, we were not getting very good service in terms of motorcycle pilots, rickshaws, taxis, or even public transport. So we invited a tender, and following all codal procedures, we had awarded to the winning bidder, and the bidder formed a consortium with an SPV called Goa Miles. And basically, Goa Miles is just like how you will have your other taxi operators like Ola or Uber. And in fact, the local communities did not want Ola or Uber, and therefore we thought that a government-backed taxi app should be there. So the government of Goa Tourism Department, we floated the tender, and this is following the Department of Transport rates per kilometer. And there are two very good important things that come out of this, or three rather important things. Firstly, the person can get the taxi to come and pick him or her from his residence or office. Second, at the end of the trip, the customer will get a printed receipt, which he or she can use to reclaim or put as part of his compensation. And third most important aspect, wherein we were getting zero taxation revenue from taxis, we are getting a tax component on the total billing as well. So it has worked very successful. We have got more than 1,500 plus people who are registered. Unfortunately, we are on the back foot now because there is no much usage of taxis. But this was something that we had launched almost 1.5 years back, and it has received tremendous support, both by local communities and by tourists as well. I have to go on record to thank TTAG, both Mr. Nilesh Shah, current president, and immediate past president Savio Messias and Advocate Braganza also, who have very strongly supported Department of Tourism in making this project very successful. And we invite you all to come to Goa and experience the Goa Miles taxi service in your next visit. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I think Mr. Nilesh Shah went, while explaining the various proposals and packages by airlines, by railways can also include, and he said Road One is working out very well. But he also mentioned that while 8th of June, the central government has given go-ahead for tourism, they are awaiting clearance from the state government to do that, which Mr. Jack Sukhija went on to explain that while most of the things are okay, but we are looking at the other side of it, that while state is a safe zone, we do not want carriers coming into the state. Whereas Mr. P.P. Khanna also mentioned that, you can declare green zones and state people should behave a little more responsibly and don't take people to the contaminated zones of this. So I think most of you are working on a similar thoughts and similar lines, and industry and together, I'm sure the Goa will come alive. I think the fastest of all in India. Thank you very much. These were the limited number of questions which were there. Though I have very many, but I'll check with you a little later. Thank you.